Okay, so we are going to be installing a ceiling fan. We got plaster walls, so what we are going to do is run some, I guess, conduit hider, and then we've made some marks up there on the ceiling. We're going to use this as the fan box. I've already poked a hole out on the side. That will hold the wire inside. And then we are going to use some toggle bolts. So basically these will go up through a hole, pop open, and then that will be the anchor. So this holds 120 pounds through drywall or 85 pounds through block. And our fan, it's a little small, but we just want to make sure we had it nice and secure. So now we're going to mount that through. So we're going to drill the holes in the ceiling. Alright, so 2 holes are drilled. Alright, so this is how we got the toggle bolts going through. And then now we're going to push them up in through that hole in the ceiling we just did. Okay, so once we got the toggle through, we basically kind of pull down slightly as we turn. And then just slow and control, and you'll get there. Okay, so what you can do as well is pull down as you're using an impact gun or a screw gun to kind of get up there. Impact might be a little bit too much, but anyway, this is nice and solid. And you can probably do some spackle up there to kind of cover those holes up on that one side. All right, next we're going to run the conduit over and then down. Okay, disclosure, I am not an electrician, nor do I claim to be. However, I'm a DIY kind of guy, so we have the electrical box open, and we had to drill a hole at the top so we can run the wire hider, the conduit hider, and then we go from there. All right, so this is kind of like a PVC pipe cutter, and we have to trim another 1/4 inch off. So we just ratchet down. And it makes a pretty good clean cut. Okay, so we basically have this measured out. This slides up. So that is going to be how that is going to sit across. And then up to the wall and then over. And this conduit, you can do 2 things. You can slide it all the way out, slide it back on, or once you have it in place and you put your wire, you basically hook on one side, kind of give you an aero view, and then you just basically just push in, and then it will snap back together. Okay, and we are cleaning any dust off the paint before we run the conduit hider, just to make sure that it's going to adhere really well to the wall. I'll let that dry real quick sec. Okay, so basically just peel the adhesive off, get it lined up to where you want it to go, make sure it's nice and flush against the wall, and as straight as you're going to get it, and push up on that, and then that will slide up and down. And then we're good, and then we have the cover after we run the wire to snap that into place. And if you don't get a good adhesion, you can get, they have like the screw brackets that you can get to go over that, just to make sure everything fits nice. Okay, next we're just gonna run that one straight across. All right, and if the conduit cover does not stick, you can get these plastic anchors, and I'll show you how to use these. Okay, so we drilled some holes up here, and actually the plaster was holding the screw pretty good and with the adhesive, so I think we're going to be okay without having to use the actual anchor. All right, so we just basically are going to start running the wire through, and when we get up to the corner, just kind of put a little bit of a vent in it. Okay, so we just line the edges up on this, and then it'll snap on. top one on. Then we got a corner piece. Just snap that into place. Slide up a little bit. And then there we go, nice and concealed. I'll just pull the rest of this wire through. All right, so we ran all that, so we can put this piece up here. Okay, and then this corner piece kind of snaps into place as well. With a little TLC. Let me give it one more little smack with both hands. And then we'll cut our wire back. Okay, so we have everything basically encased. We got the open wires. So we're gonna hook the fan up and then we'll hook up the switch. Okay, so we're gonna be removing these two bolts right here, and then this is the fan bracket, so it's gonna sit up there like this, facing down. Okay, so we got the screws in by hand, and I just wanna make sure the placement's right on that. Pulling the wire through here, so we'll be able to push up inside there when we're done. So let's just tighten these screws down all the way. Okay, so it has this really cool kind of like fan harness to help you get your wiring all set, but obviously it's gonna be hard to film this while I put this up in place, so stay tuned. Actually, maybe you can grab it. Did you get it? Yeah. Okay, so I think we're in. So we're gonna tighten these bolts down on the fan, then we're gonna hook up the electric. Okay, so we got the electric hookup. Again, I am not an electrician, nor do I pretend to be an electrician, but just to kind of give you an idea. So that is all hooked up, and obviously we have power to it. So I have to switch off, switch on, and then let's work the remote. Okay, so that is the light, that's a fan. That is your remote. The power button will turn everything off, but it won't turn everything on. They got to turn each individual feature on. So if you want to turn the fan speed on, press 1, that turns that on. And again, let me turn that off so you can kind of see it a little bit better. All right, so the fan is off. I'll turn it on. This is your forward. And then you can press reverse. So the fan will stop. And then it'll switch direction for you. So really, really cool feature that way. Then you have like a 1 hour, 2 hour fan off. And then this is gonna be your light. Turns it on. Turns your lights off. And then, like I said, you have all your different fan speeds. We'll put that back to forward. And put like on fan speed 3. And yeah, you definitely feel that fan moving air around. Anyway, Brian from GarageMahal, thanks for watching and be safe out there.